creatures, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name's Amy and I'm so glad to have you. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm doing a pick a card with messages from Lilith. We're going to be focusing on shadow work, embracing our shadow to find the light. So this is a little bit of a trigger warning. We're going to be working on some deeper issues in this reading. This is a little bit of a night oracle. So we're going to be going into the depth of our darkness to see the healing possibilities, the healing processes, the manifesting processes that are happening. So with that said, I was guided to use the High Priestess card. The High Priestess card is often about your powerful intuition, the divine feminine. It also is a card of initiation. So for many of you, there's a new pathway opening up to a powerful time of healing and manifestation. With that said, let's go into each card. I also have an object, a linking object for you to use as well. So the first card is a High Priestess card. This is from the Zombie Tarot. Let me hold it up for you guys. There you go. If it goes out of focus, I'm sorry. My camera is kind of weird. It goes in and out of focus all the time. I also have a feather as well. This was a gift. Actually, all these objects were gifts to me. So then we have the High Priestess from the Disney Villians Tarot. And this is a grounding stone for me personally. This really helps me to ground energies when I'm feeling not quite connected, when I'm feeling lost. Many times, if I can't go outside for whatever reason, I will reach for this stone. And then we have the clear crystal quartz, which is a powerful stone. I've used this in many of my readings. So there's that. And then we have the High Priestess of the Goetia Tarot. This is Dandelion or Dandelion. Pronounce it how you will. I will also insert a little bit of a video for you to kind of chill and see which one or which ones you're drawn to. You may be drawn to more than one because there may be more than one message here for you. And with that said, I will see you beautiful magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys. Hello group one, all of you that selected this amazing High Priestess card from the Zombie Tarot. I feel like you're rising from the ashes. I feel like for many of you, you feel like you have one foot in the grave as far as how bad you feel about life and yourself right now. And you're walking into a very sacred time where you're going to be able to get more connected with your subconscious and your conscious mind. You're going to be able to bring things forward, very powerful areas of knowledge coming forward for you to help you realize that you can, in fact, take control and change your life. It's not an easy walk, but it's a sacred walk, and you're being invited to walk further onto your pathway. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more cards here. I'm going to pull from the Dark Mirror as guided by Lilith. Okay. A lot of energy coming in for you guys. This is a sacred time. I keep being drawn to the energy of this is a sacred time for you. There's some very powerful healing coming forward for you guys. Let me move this up a little more. Okay. We have alone in the world. Oh, such sorrow. You're feeling very lonely, very isolated. Even in a room full of people, even with your person, you feel alone. You're like an island, and you may have been this way your entire life. There's a reason why you feel safer in so many ways alone. I won't cry for you. Yeah, someone has really violated your will, okay? And we have gilded regret, sorrow, wishing it could be different, wishing you were different, wishing that horrible thing hadn't happened to you. Trigger warning, we're going to talk about trauma. This is shadow work. Alone in the world, I believe someone took advantage of you when you were alone. And I think you reached out to people and you told them, namely, this is going to be trigger warning. This is going to be sexual assault or sexual abuse. Okay. Someone hurt you and violated your will. It is what made you feel safer alone, because when you told people, they didn't believe you. So you learned that you were the only person that could help you get yourself through those moments. You can only depend on your own strength of mind and strength of will. And as a child, that is a profoundly isolating experience. It also can make you feel a lot of shame with gilded regret. I feel a heavy shame here. This could also be violent abuse as well. It feels like childhood abuse, emotional neglect. You know, when you go forward and you tell someone you thought you trusted what happened to you and they don't believe you, as a child, it destroys the foundations that's left. I feel like I'm going to cry. I feel like you reached out and were not received well. And you learned that basically you are your own means of survival. You learned how to maneuver through some very traumatic instances by powerful levels of disassociation, by understanding at a very young age that you were being manipulated, you were being lied to, and the fear you felt was not from yourself. I feel like you had a lot of guides or angels or an older feminine energy that was around you, who gave you compassion. This may have been something you experienced in your dreams or you actually in spirit experienced in real life. Many of you, if this was a person in your life who you depended upon, you may have told them what happened and they didn't really do much about it, but they still gave you love. It was a very confusing experience because you have found that love, someone loving you, doesn't necessarily mean they like or accept you. And it feels like it profoundly ripped and shattered your sense of self and your trust in others. You are a real hardcore survivor in the fact that you believe you are the only person that you can depend on. You're the only person that will shoot it straight to yourself. You're the only person that can make you safe. And I feel like this is part of your sacred pathway opening, that you're going to learn to trust more people and truly yourself when it comes to other people. When you reach out and you tell people the horrible things that have happened to you and they neglect you, they treat you in a negative way, it teaches you not to open up. It teaches you opening up is scary. We're going to heal that throat chakra. Okay, we're going to heal your self-confidence and self-love. You're going to walk into a powerful level of knowing who you are. And you're so much more than what you've been told. Okay. I'm being guided to the Halloween Oracle. So let's get 3 from the Halloween Oracle. Tell me more about this time. Tell me more about the sacred undertaking. Tell me about being alone in the world. I feel it. I feel this loneliness and isolation. It feels like no one's going to understand me. No one's going to believe me. Why would I speak things? When I do, people don't believe me, or they belittle it, or they completely ignore it. I feel like some of you guys have been very ignored, especially in times of trauma. You've been told to buck up. We have control here. Alone in the world with control on it. Okay, so you are trying to keep, by being alone, you're trying to keep control of your environment and control of the flow of people, places, and things in your life. And what's actually happening is you have cut off your ability to vibe with people. Like you've removed yourself from that level of connection because it's painful. I feel like recently this has been validated. Like you've been revalidated in the fact that you can't trust people. I feel like someone has betrayed you on a very deep level, and it's triggered a lot of these really deep emotions about being unworthy of being able to trust another person, other people not being worthy of your trust. You know, when you can't trust yourself, you can't trust anybody. And when you can't trust yourself, you get like this. You control who comes into your life because you don't think you can make good decisions about who to confide in and who not to, who to trust and who not to. And it's really powerful when we sit with those emotions and understand that that is a level of self-destruction. We are human beings and we need each other. We need other people's input in our lives. We need other people's energy. And the time for you to be alone is over. It's time for you to walk into the reality that you do need people. It's awareness that's coming forward, that you do need people. And you do need someone. Many of you guys are alone. You don't have a partner. And for some of you, you've had offers, but you just rather be alone, or you keep, if you're not alone, you keep picking partners that are not right for you. You attract people who are emotionally unavailable because that feels safe. And then you get frustrated as to why they don't communicate heartfelt things to you, but you've picked someone who is emotionally unavailable, just like you are emotionally unavailable. Even though you may not think so, you are. This control here tells me that you're alone in the world. You don't really open up to people because you don't trust people. Because when you open up to people, you've learned they betray you, they ignore you, they neglect you, and they belittle you. So you feel like you can be in a relationship and just not have these deep emotional connections. That is not a healthy relationship. That is a toxic relationship that's going to keep you in this lonely, isolated state. You're going to have to let your guard down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going to have to be vulnerable to someone else. I know it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult when people who are supposed to love and protect you violate your will and they expect you to be a robot and not respond in emotional ways. You may have robotic movement, meaning like you just go through the motions of life. You don't really connect to people. You don't really connect to places. You don't let people love you. I think you're very kind to other people. And what happens is you stir up this compassion within people. They sense a strength with you and a vulnerability. It's a very confusing Gemini type energy. And so you feed them this like kindness because you want to manifest that. You want to be kind and you try to be kind even after everything that's happened to you. And the people come towards you. People come towards you and you're like, no. It's very confusing. It makes them think you're wearing a mask because you are. I think you think that you pass very easily wearing your mask and it's not a problem. People see it. The people who care about you see it. And that's why there are some people who stay around, because some people find that through time you slowly are revealing who you really are because you're revealing it to yourself. We have ancestors. Let's see, the love and legacy of our DNA. I won't cry for you. That's what's on top of that's what's accompanying I won't cry for you. Yeah, this feels like emotional, physical, sexual, mental, spiritual abuse through your DNA. And I feel like for many of you, this started a long time ago. It feels like a generational curse that's going on right now. And the thing is that you're getting to a point where I see a pathway opening up and I see this tree. And this tree in this vision is on fire. And you're walking up through this pathway to this tree and you're throwing water on the fire. I see the tree still standing. There's still green on it. It's not dead. It's not dead yet. With healing, with hope, with compassion, you can heal this. You can heal this within yourself. Don't think about your family right now. Think about you. Think about healing you. You are this tree. You don't have to burn. You don't have to self-destruct. And this tree is really alone. You don't have to do this alone. Seek help if you need it. I am not a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a counselor, a lawyer, or anything like that. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you. So please seek help as you need it. Okay, I'm seeing the tree being nursed, being bandaged, being mended. I see the tree I'm seeing arms go around the tree. I'm seeing wings go around the tree. There's a lot of divine energy coming towards you. It could be angelic, goddess form energy coming forward to help you heal. okay? This could be Lilith for many of you. I'm seeing her in her dark angel form with eyes all over her wings. And I feel this wrapping around the tree. You may feel this energy right now. This is her healing energy coming forward. She wants to help you become aware that you are this tree. You are this mighty tree, this very gifted tree, this very special tree. And even though you've been through a lot, you can heal. You can walk in the wholeness and the mightiness of who you are. I see this tree blossoming, new limbs growing from the bark that is burnt. I see flowers flowering on the tree. I see fruit made of different kinds of gems and frequencies. It's a richness within you that lies beyond this darkness, okay? I understand that many of you have really bad dreams where you repeat repetitive dreams of trauma, of isolation, of fear. And through your dream time, through those dreams, Lilith will begin to do her work on healing you. And you will be guided to certain kinds of activities that are more healing. There's something about you going outside and connecting with nature that's really going to help you heal. Gaia, our planet, will take your sorrow, your trauma, your fear, your worry, your grief, and transmute it and return it back to you. Okay? And I'm feeling like I'm seeing a serpent, like a golden dragon serpent, wrap around the base of this tree on up to the top. Okay? That is you energetically rising. That's a healing frequency. These are your gifts, your abilities. And I feel very strongly that through this process, through this sacred undertaking, there will be many gifts revealed to you. They will become very clear. One of the side effects of your powerful levels of disassociation is the fact that you can communicate with the spirit realm. I think many of you guys have known this. And it's time for you to open up to your guides and allow them to communicate with you. Some of you may vibrate with this being your subconscious talking to you, or your survival instinct. Some may resonate with a divine feminine or an angelic or a daemon or a demon or a god form or a goddess form. It's very different for everyone. So however your paradigm resonates, that's what we are talking about. Okay, let's get another card from the Halloween Oracle. We have the Skull of Light, Illumination on the Gilded Regret. That's part of what you're healing here. This sorrow, this deep wells of feeling like it was your fault. And I feel like there is a masculine energy that doesn't mean gender. That's energy that has made you feel like it's your fault. Like what happened to you is your fault. You being alone, that's your fault. You know, I think you've had a friend or maybe siblings or someone feel like, you know, if they want to be close, that's on them, not on me. And you feel sorrow because I feel like you haven't been able to really share with some people what's happened, so they don't understand what's going on with you. They don't understand that you are a traumatized human being, and because that, your trauma colors everything. It colors every relationship. It colors the relationship with yourself. And I feel like your crown chakra here has been locked up, okay? And that's why many of you communicate, or spirit sends you signals. They send you symbols and intuition hits and things like that. But you always doubt it. You always doubt it. You don't trust yourself. And so these spikes, they're literally spikes within your crown chakra that is almost repelling these etheric energies. So what's going to happen is there's a level of illumination that's coming. You're going to become aware that you actually have ancestors around you. And these are healing ancestors. These may be ancestors from past lifetimes or whatnot, but there's definitely energy around you. And I think this energy is going to come in and help you become aware of the powerful fact that this is not your fault. None of this is your fault. In fact, you are a completely innocent victim of what happened to you. You bear absolutely zero fault. And it's time for you to have compassion for yourself. This warrior child within you has kept you alive. It's helped you maneuver through some very traumatic situations that would have taken the life of many people. But you lived through it. You are a survivor. You are extremely intelligent. You are emotionally intelligent. I think many of you understand what you're doing. You're doing it in a conscious way as far as being alone and feeling alone. And I think a lot of the time you're like, I'm okay with being alone. But there are times when you are getting real about your situation, or you have memories that come through that you wish that you had someone or people, your tribe, who will understand you, to come forward, because you can't do it by yourself anymore. When you're in that place of, I can't do it by myself anymore, that's when you ask for help. Spirit will not come in and force help upon you. Ask for help from those around you, from your guides, from Lilith, from your ancestors, whatever your paradigm is, ask for help, okay? Because they're all standing around you waiting, okay? When you ask for help, these blockages in your crown chakra are going to begin to be removed, okay? And what will happen is you will get an inner psychic hit, and you will hear it. It will be very strong. It will be something that is so strong it will repeat. It will repeat until you hear it. Once you hear it and acknowledge it, and it's going to be reasonable. It's not going to be anything illegal or hurtful. It may feel like a risky move a little bit, but not too much, okay? It's usually about this control. It's usually about you doing something out of your routine, okay? That's going to make you a little bit nervous. It'll force you to expand just a little bit, enough for you to get the leap that you need to go into a new frequency, to change your energy signature, but not enough to shell shock you or make you run back to your island, okay? It's a level of illumination that's coming. This is going to become a self-aware illumination where you connect with not just your shadow, but you begin to see the light. You begin to see that you are a master creator, a master manifester. You are extremely connected to the other side. You are extremely connected to your guides. They have been trying to talk to you, but because of this energy of leave me alone, I don't want it, doubting, did I really hear that? Is that really what they're saying? Now they're going to repeat it until you acknowledge it and you start to have an interaction with them. Okay? All right, let's get into some more energy here. I'm going to pull 3 from the Witch's Wisdom. Tell me more about this healing for group 1. This is beginning of change. And ancestors again, remembrance, okay? There's a healing that's coming. And I feel like with Alone in the World, zombie control, and remembrance, this is what I'm getting. I believe that you have cut yourself off from people. You've put up boundaries, but they may be in the wrong place. Instead of cutting yourself off from others, there are certain people that you need to remove from your life. They're toxic. They feed the self-doubt. They don't make you feel good about yourself. And it often leads you back to this gilded regret energy, okay? So there is a need here to let go of some people. And as you let go of some people, new people are going to come in. We have two ancestors cards here. You're doing some major healing, okay? Major levels of healing are happening for you with your bloodline. And as you heal, you're going to heal others. But there's a need here for you to get real about your boundaries. Some people do not deserve to have you in their life, okay? And that's just the truth. And I feel like even though many of you have been denied by your family, I feel like you still do. You go to Christmas gatherings, you go to Thanksgiving, and everybody pretends like everything's wonderful. And we live in this weird state of family denial, of trauma. And you may disassociate a little bit when you go. You may disconnect from yourself because it hurts to be there, because all you feel is rejection and pain every time you're around them. I'm going to tell you, as a loving act to yourself, you need to consider setting up some healthy boundaries with these people, because they don't deserve your precious, precious presence. You were abused and neglected, and how dare they ignore you? How dare they not put you as a priority? You deserve that. My friend, you deserve that. You need to put yourself first. And that means some of these people don't deserve to be in your life, or at least you need some distance so you can heal. I think as you let go of some of these connections, you're going to find powerful clarity comes through your crown chakra, because a lot of these people, there's such negative energy here. It clouds your thinking. It makes you have repetitive thoughts about bad experiences, or replay these really toxic tapes about not being worthy and not being okay. How dare they? Passion, fire. Yes, that's what we're tapping into. I'm feeling with this card specifically, and it's laying on the ancestors, there are connections and cords that need to be burned away. Okay? There are people you absolutely need to let go of. And this is where the passion's coming from. The passion for yourself, the passion for life, the passion for vitality. A lot of you, if you will let go of I know this is hard. For many of you, this is really hard. And I can hear it. I can hear you say, this is hard. Because there's some kind of weird toxic relationship here that feeds this regret, that feeds the sorrow, that feeds the suffering, that feeds the shame. And it keeps you exactly where you are, alone in the world. And you know what? They don't have to worry about you saying anything to anyone. And that needs to be removed. Your truth is your truth, and you deserve it to be honored, and you deserve to have a voice. This passion is going to rush into your life, and you're going to get really empowered by these boundaries. You're going to get really empowered by your connection to spirit, by your crown chakra. You may feel your crown chakra opening up, and you may feel it tingle or like an electric kind of energy there. That is spirit helping remove some of these blockages. There is a powerful illumination coming for you. It will change your life. You will become driven to have the kind of life you deserve, because you deserve wonderful things. You don't deserve to be alone. You deserve to have healthy connections with people. You deserve to have love in your life, real love, not emotionally unavailable love, real love. I'm going to get two. We have winter and we have cloak concealment. Okay, there is something coming around winter for you. And for others of you, this is going to be a breakthrough through stagnation. You know, winter's cold. There's not a lot of movement in winter. People stay in their homes. You know, it can be a time of inner work and disconnection. It is, quote unquote, like the dead time of life. And I feel like you are walking into a time where this is going to be removed. Like you're going to move into a new energy. But the concealment of it is that you're not going to see it coming. Okay. I feel like you're going to warm up to a passion. I feel like for some of you, there's someone coming around winter, or when they come through, it's going to feel like a breakthrough. It's going to feel like all of a sudden you have motion, and many things about yourself will be revealed. Now, for others, I feel like there's a new awareness that's been hiding. There's a secret within you. It's a gift. I feel like for many of you, this is creative. You're an artist, you're a writer, you want to create a business, you want to create something. This could also be you want to have a family. And I believe there's a pathway opening up so that you can be happy, okay? But please seek help if you need it, okay? Please, 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 from the bottom of my heart, do not be surprised as your crown chakra really opens up and your guides really come through more clearly. Don't be surprised if you are guided to go to the doctor or start drinking more water, things like that. Many guides, the ones that have your best interest, this is how you know, because they body check you. They ask you how you are. They ask you, are you hungry? They ask you, are you thirsty? Have you slept? Those kind of things. Very positive interactions, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, group one, this is what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hi, group two, all of you that selected the High Priestess, or you were drawn to this grounding stone. I feel like for a lot of you, getting grounded is really important. Many of you may be being really stressed out, and you can literally go get a grounding stone. Like get a stone that you feel drawn to, and bring it inside, wash it, charge it, whatever you do. You can use it to kind of help you recenter and calm down. Also, these are smooth, so they work as a worry stone. Many people have worry stones where they rub when they're stressed or have anxiety. So, okay. This High Priestess is so cool. This is such a cool deck. The Disney Villains. I highly recommend. It's a great deck. So let's get into it. Let's find out what's going on with you. The High Priestess is about initiation as well as listening to your intuition. This is about sacred knowledge, subconscious. It could have to do with your dreams, your meditations as well. Let's get into this energy. What shadow work are we doing in group 2? What are we working on? Okay, we have Bride in a Cage. Okay, jealousy, envy. We have Blinded to Pain. Oh, wow. Okay. Doing one more here. We have Forgetting Oneself. Okay. I feel like for many of you, you're frustrated. You're frustrated because an opportunity that hasn't opened up for you yet, you've been working on. I think you've worked really hard with this Blinded to Pain. I think you've sacrificed a lot and you're frustrated, okay? You may even be envious, or someone's envious of you. I feel like for some of you, there are people sitting you hate, and you know that. There's a big falling out with people. I think you gave too much. They expected too much. There's something about expectations here, and it didn't go well. And you may feel completely cut off. This bride is cut off. Okay, you may be cut off from people, or you may have cut people off because of the toxic energy. Okay, let's get some more information about what's going on here. I'm getting the Halloween Oracle, so let's talk about this. You know, everyone gets jealous sometimes. That's normal. That's part of being human. I mean, we cannot deny that sometimes we get jealous of other people's things or ideas or where they are. And that's, you know, that's just accept that part of yourself, right? But I think for a lot of you, this level of jealousy is coming outside yourself. This feels like hater energy. And I feel like you are the kind of person that you tend to give, again, too much of yourself away. And then when it's not returned, you feel like you've been used. And I think people do use you. I think people take advantage of you. And you're just blind to it. It's almost like I get treated like this all the time, but it's not going to change who I am. Well, it needs to be give and take. Okay, if we give to the point where our well runs dry, then really, what's the point? What's the point in giving if you don't get in return? It's okay to expect to be treated well in return for treating someone else well, okay? And it's not okay for you to allow people to gossip and hate on you that you know of, give you backhanded compliments, and you look the other way, like, oh, it's okay. It's not okay. You deserve to be treated well. I feel like you probably haven't been treated well in your personal relationships, romantically or friendships, you know, and you may have this air about you, this like, where you have just been done wrong so much that it's an energy that you carry, and people see it and they're like, boom, I can take my narcissist ass over there to that little empath energy, and I'm going to vampire off their energy, and I'm going to just walk away. And that's terrible. That's a horrible place to be. You may not be aware of it, but you attract these kind of people into your life. Invisibility, authenticity. I think it's time for you to be more authentic with who you are. Okay? I think you give your power away. People take advantage of you. I don't think you literally say, hey, here's my power. But I think you love so deeply. I think you are so desperate to be loved. I understand this, that you would look past just about anything for someone to love and accept you. The truth is, until you learn to love who you really are, no one's going to be able to love you the way you deserve. Okay? And it's a hard truth. All right? But no one's going to come in and make it better for you. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. You're going to have to make it better for yourself. That can be very difficult, especially when you live in this. You don't even allow your pain to have a voice. You don't even tell people when you're hurting. You hide it. It's like you're ashamed that you're hurting. You're ashamed of your emotions. This feels like this comes from probably childhood or young adulthood, where you just have always had a problem kind of asserting yourself, especially emotionally. I think you people can pick up on this energy. It's almost like you wear some level of your heart on your sleeve, and people just knock it off, you know. And it's these narcissistic, toxic people who kind of target you and draw this energy to you, and they take advantage of you, and they talk about you, because when they talk badly about you, they're actually pulling on your energy. Okay, you're going to learn how to not let that happen anymore. And how do you not let it happen anymore? By really asserting yourself, becoming empowered by knowing who you truly are. Let's get some more information here. We have joy, blinded to pain. Yeah, I feel like for you, I think what you think is happiness may not actually be happiness. Because if you're living in a continual state of denial of the truth of your pain, of how people hurt you, then you know what? You're not living your truth. And the joy you feel is not real. It's some kind of projection. It's some kind of manipulation. And it's time for you to be truly joyful. It's time for you to find some happiness in your life. And you are going to have to give this to yourself, okay? Don't look to your friends. Don't look to your family. Look within. Look within yourself. What kind of activities make you feel happy? What do you enjoy doing? I'm not talking about destructive things. I'm talking about, for you specifically, creative things. Things where you can put all this anger, this self-denial, this sorrow, this sacrifice energy, this always being taken advantage of energy into. Okay, you can funnel that into art. You can funnel that into actually speaking on your phone, record it and delete it, kind of thing. You need to allow your pain to have a voice. It's going to be extremely powerful when you allow your pain to have a voice, okay? We have dawn, the light after the darkness, okay? You are not going to forget yourself anymore. You're going to pay attention. Pay attention to the things that feed you. Pay attention to the things that make you feel good, okay? The things that make you feel good, do those things, okay? Love yourself enough to give yourself permission to enjoy those things, okay? Because you need to find a place you can go where you can be happy. Because those moments of really connecting to happiness and joy are going to help you build better boundaries and attract the right people into your life. The people who won't take advantage of you. The people who really care about you and won't use you and throw you away. You deserve that. Okay, you really do. And I feel like this High Priestess pathway that's being opened for you, this initiation is into a deep level of self-love. Okay, and I feel like with the Bride in the Cage, you're going to be set free. You're not going to feel as restricted, and you're going to know that the people who are coming into your life are meant to be there. Okay, because they're going to resonate with this joyful energy. They're going to encourage joy and happiness. You know, they will listen to you talk about your experiences, but they will always return to that state of like, let's do this, or let's do that. Let's talk about this, or let's talk about that. It won't be denial. It'll be trying to change the frequency of your connection. Now, that's what you're doing within yourself when you start giving yourself permission to enjoy moments in life. Not feeling like you always have to give to get. Like, people aren't going to love you unless you're ripping out your soul. People aren't going to love you unless you're in some kind of weird state of suffering. Those are lies that we are putting upon ourselves. Those are expectations that we've been taught. I feel like you've been taught that you're not important. I think you've been taught to ignore your needs. I think you've been taught to put everyone else above you. You may have been an only child or a oldest child who was... their needs were put below everyone else's, either your parents or your other siblings. I feel like you met a lot of harsh situations where you were expected to be older than what you are. And it put you in a place where as an adult, you felt like an open wound walking around. You felt like people could see how different you were. And because of this, you overcompensated by giving too much of yourself away, getting deeply connected to people when they really didn't know you and you really didn't know them. It's like misplaced emotion. You're going to learn to place that need, that depth within your soul. You're going to get connected to yourself. Once you connect to yourself and you give yourself permission to have some joyful moments. I don't care if it's watching Pee Wee Herman's Saturday morning show, okay, and eating donuts. Whatever you need to do to feel good. Many times at this level of healing, we go back to the things that as children, as young adults, gave us happiness, gave us moments of pleasure and joy. And for some of us, it's going to be, you know, for me, it's Scooby-Doo, you know, for other people, it's different. And it really helps me kind of really ground into the moment and connect and slow down. It helps me return to a childlike sense of wonder. So even in the worst situations, many times there are pockets of joy. You haven't had a lot of joy lately, and it's time for you to give that to yourself, okay? Let's get some more cards here. I'm going to get some from the Samhain Oracle. Okay, we have that one, elements. Remember to feel the warmth pulsating through her womb. You are a child of mother. True harmony awaits you. Okay? This is beautiful. This is healing energy on authenticity here. So you go from being this bride in the cage to being this authentic person by digging beneath your shadow and finding the light, finding the joy, finding yourself, honoring yourself. For some people, this will feel very selfish. And for some people in your life, they are not going to like this. You know, when you start saying no, you know, I'm not going there because you don't want to do it. Normally, you would have done it. Okay, you would have forgot yourself and done it, been blind to the denial of self and just gone, sucked it up, and then expected people to give you connection. When the truth is you're not connected to yourself because you're doing things you don't even want to do for other people because you want people to love and accept you. And they're not going to. Okay, they're not going to love and accept you because they don't know who you are. Okay, you have to connect with yourself. And you need to do it in a way that feeds you and gives you comfort. So that's where joy comes in. Okay? You need to connect. I don't care if it's playing with Barbies. I don't care what it is. Whatever this is that makes you happy and joyful, makes you feel hopeful, brings you back to a time where as children, children tend to be self-centered a little bit. That's what they're supposed to be. It's totally healthy and normal. And for your parents or someone to make you feel like you have to forget yourself as a child is not right because you don't develop self-love. And that's what we're doing here. We're healing this bride in a cage and we're becoming more authentically ourselves and we're connecting with the elements within ourselves of truth, of who we really are. Don't judge who you really are, okay? Getting to your authentic self is a gift. Not everybody gets to experience their authentic self because they're so deep in this bride in a cage. They're so deep in denial and they're giving more than they have to give. And people aren't giving back to them and it's painful because it's a level of rejection that is very deep. There's healing coming for you. Tell me more about group 2. Crystals and herbs. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from mother's home. Okay, I think for you, it's really important that you meditate, okay? You connect with nature. For you specifically, I'm getting like meditation in the elements. Not doesn't mean when it's like a snowstorm, but getting outside, connecting with nature. For some of you, meditation in water. So, you know, in your bath time or shower, meditate. You can at first imagine all the negative energy going into the water or down the drain. After you do that, you can see your feet, through your body, whatever position you're in, connecting to Gaia, connecting to the planet, feeling her energy, healing you. You can picture as you go down in through the ground, through the roots, through the soil, to the heart of the earth. And many times I see visions when I visualize the heart of the earth as a beautiful goddess, sometimes many arms, but always a loving, healing, mysterious energy there. And just connect with the energy and feel it flowing up to you, returning to you, and healing you. As you're in the water, you want to connect with that energy. You want to also open up to communication with your guides and your spirits. Allow them to come close to you. I feel like for a while, if you want to work with the elements, whether you meditate outside in nature or you meditate in water or you meditate just cross-legged or you use art as meditation, I feel like you need to focus on healing your heart chakra. Your heart chakra, it feels very broken. It feels almost like you don't believe you deserve love. You don't believe you're good enough for people to give you love and pay you attention. And that's a lie. That's not true. That comes from this energy from being younger and not being valued as you should. And how dare anyone not value you? How dare anyone tell you that you are less than? You are so much more than what you've been told. And it's time for you to find that pathway within yourself where you are happy and joyful and you know who you are. You may be someone who's very drawn to crystals and herbalism and witchcraft or a magical pathway, and you've been told that's wrong. You've been told, no, you need to do this or you'll go to hell, that kind of thing. That is severe judgment as a child. And you cannot help who you are. Your authentic self is who you're born to be. And I feel like you have been, you've been oppressing that energy your whole life. It's time to walk in the fullness of who you are. Whatever you're drawn to, whatever kind of philosophy, practice, whatever this is, honor yourself. Now, I'm not saying do anything that's harmful, illegal, or destructive. These things are positive, okay? But be open to them. It can be hard because I feel a lot of self-judgment here with this forgetting oneself. Honor your curiosity. Honor what interests you. Go where you're passionate. It doesn't matter if you don't think you're talented. It doesn't matter if you think, if people find out they're not going to like you. People don't know. They don't know unless you tell them, okay? And just don't tell them, all right? Just walk into the fullness of who you are within yourself. You don't have to share this experience with anyone right now. This is about you getting to know you, sitting down with an old friend that is your authentic self, the person within you that you've been trying to hide, having a conversation, bringing a lot of those ideas to your conscious mind, bringing them forward so you can heal and become happy and whole in your life, okay? You are worth so much. Don't ever, from here on out, listen to me. Don't ever let anyone devalue you. If they don't make you a priority, if they don't make you feel like you're important, then they are not for you. That kind of outlook will help you bring in the people, places, and things that serve your highest good. They are going to embrace your authentic self. They are going to love you for who you really are, not in spite of it. Okay, and we have coming of winter. It comes in lullabies deep within your mirrored flesh. Alas, it is time to lay your quivering chest upon winter's coming. What I'm getting for you is you need to rest. It's very simple to me. You need to rest. Allow your mind and your heart to rest. It's okay to cry. It's okay to create a soft place for you to fall. If you don't have someone you can confide in, if you need help, please go seek it. But this is really about self-care. I'm hearing like you need to practice some intense self-care. This means doing nice things for yourself. If you have the money, go get your nails done, or go get your hair done, or go buy some new clothes, or go buy crystals. If you're drawn to crystals, go buy yourself some crystals, or give yourself a day off where you can spend time in nature. Have a picnic with yourself. I'm getting like you being alone is going to help you get more in touch with who you are. Remove this busy energy of always doing for others. Start to say no. Say no to things that you don't want to do, okay? Remove the expectation. Let yourself off the hook. Okay, it's really going to help you walk into the strength of who you are. All right. Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hello, group 3. All of you that selected this High Priestess card. This is Dandelion. A spirit from the Goetia, and this is a very powerful card. The holder, I'm calling it the holder, but the spirit here holds a very sacred book. a lot of sacred knowledge here. I believe if you selected this, you're probably a little bit further on your pathway than maybe the other two piles. I feel like you've moved down your pathway to a certain level, and some old energies are popping back up. Some old wounds are popping back up. And so we're going to be talking about that today. Okay. I'm feeling a lot of massive amounts of energy coming forward. I feel like you guys are probably some level of magic worker, a witch, a magician. You could be a ritual magician. You could use law of attraction, but I feel like, or you pray or something like that. But I really do feel this is a very magical group here, group 3. And if you aren't, you have this ability, okay? You could be a powerful caster. All right, let's get 3 cards from the dark mirror. Tell me what's going on. What are these powerful beings? What's going on with them? What's coming back up? Okay, we have colorless angel. Okay, I'm feeling disappointment, as if maybe things haven't gone your way. Maybe your magic hasn't manifested as quickly as you wanted, or you feel blocked, or you're not able to move forward as quickly as you'd like. Downcast pride. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good at all. We have the queen of my world. Okay. I feel like you're extremely powerful, but there's a level here of self-doubt, and it's coming from past experiences. And I feel like there is a lot of knowledge coming forward for you from your guides. I feel like you need to sit down and start journaling. You need to write down the ideas and the rituals and rites that come forward. They're sharing with you some really sacred things that are uniquely for you, okay? And I feel like this downcast pride, you just don't believe in yourself. You don't have enough belief. And that's part of why we feel, it's almost like depressive anger, depressive energy, misplaced rage, like you are raging against yourself because you feel like you aren't living up to your potential, or you aren't doing as well as you think you should do. It's like you're disappointed in yourself, you're disappointed in your pathway, and you have to understand everything happens in divine timing. And there's clearly some healing that's going on, and that needs to go on, because you need to know that you are the queen of your world. You are the queen or king or a royal person. This is not gender, this is energy. And you have the ability, look at the energy around this figure. Okay, you have the ability to manifest change, okay, within your life. I'm feeling the winds of change here blowing in for you, and really releasing this downcasted pride. You need to believe in yourself. That is one of the big secrets of magic. If you don't believe it's going to work, it won't work. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how many spirits you call in. It doesn't matter how many people tell you you're powerful. If you don't believe it, then it can't manifest for you. You have to believe it. And it's hard. You know, it's a struggle. There's a constant, I feel like you're constantly being guided to get control of your mental place, of not allowing these racing thoughts to get you off your pathway. I'm feeling like, well, what I'm seeing is you on a golden road. Okay, it looks like the Wizard of Oz. I get the Wizard of Oz pathway a lot. I'm not sure what that's about exactly, but I feel like you're at that place where, you know, the scene where they're running through poppies and they're going to the Emerald City. I feel like you see the poppies before you, but you're stalled out. It's almost like you can't move. You feel like you're so full of doubt on what you should do next, on what kind of magic or what kind of movement in your career or your love life or somehow in your life. You're just not sure. And it's as if your spirits, your guides, your God forms, whatever paradigm you resonate with, are telling you to act in a certain way that will require a certain level of belief from you. And you just can't seem to muster the belief, and you don't want to fake it. That's the lesson you've learned this far, is that you can't fake it. You know you need to believe in it, and you don't know how to get that feeling back, okay? And it's not really you're getting that feeling back. You are elevating, you're ascending your magic. You're ascending yourself. You're ascending your life through this kind of, it's almost like this has been an issue before, and it's coming again. And it's coming again because it's getting in the way of what you're trying to manifest. Your spirits are bringing it forward because You have the sacred knowledge. You have the ability to manifest whatever you want, okay? But you have to have the heart. It's like I'm feeling like there's a lot of knowledge about how, but there's not a lot of heartfelt, yes, I believe, yes. It's an act of compassion to believe in yourself when no one else does. It's an act of healing to stand on your own and say, I believe in who I am. Even if the universe, even if my environment doesn't validate me, I don't need it to, because I know that I am the queen or king or royal person of my world. I command it as I set forth. It is acknowledging that you are a master manifester. It is acknowledging that you are God consciousness in a highly advanced biological suit, and we are playing the game of life, and it is time for you to hack the system. And I believe your spirits, your guides are coming forth with some very sacred, some may call forbidden knowledge on how to manifest and hack the system, because you are meant to do something, and it feels very big. It feels like it's going to really affect people, okay? It may affect people behind the scenes. It may affect people in that a lot of people will see you. A lot of people will hear your message. A lot of people will see your art or your business. But there is, it feels, I'm seeing a waterfall. I feel like there is a big rush of energy that is going to be coming towards you. And one of the reasons for this pause and this not new, but renewed issue of self-doubt and not believing in yourself is because you need to know who you are when all this energy comes towards you, because you're going to manifest something very powerfully. And it's almost like you're going to stand, it's like standing in the middle of the poppy fields in the Wizard of Oz, seeing the Emerald City and not believing it's really there. Okay. And that self-doubt, I'm seeing like the waterfall, the rushing of water just stop. The doubt will oppress this energy. It will restrict this energy, and you'll go back to having to work out this energy about not believing in yourself. So they want the next time or the time that the waterfall opens up, that the faucet turns all the way on, they don't want you getting in your own way. Okay? Do not overthink things. If you're being guided to do a certain thing, do it. Okay? Because if it's not the thing that helps everything manifest, it's part of your journey there. You're learning how to refine your communication with spirit, your discernment. You're learning about how to use your energy in more effective ways to manifest. You're learning how to honor your own flow. Some of you guys are being paused because you need to slow down. You're going to burn yourself out. Okay. You're going to magically burn yourself out, or physically or mentally. And you don't have to work yourself to death. Okay. It's going to come. All right. It's going to come when you are in flow and you are happily doing things that bring you joy, bring you fulfillment, help you expand. And it'll probably come out of nowhere for some of you guys, because I feel like you guys are going to get really in this energy of really going deeper within, doing the things that really light you up. And it's like the waterfall opening up, the faucet, the spigot opening all the way up, like a side effect of, it's literally a side effect of what you're doing. So yeah, it's just like for some of you who are trying to manifest your person, the side effect of you focusing on your internal work, focusing on your pathway, focusing on your discernment, is going to help bring them in. It's a side effect. Because you're, again, giving yourself a whole new level of self-respect, of acknowledgement, of self-love, of honoring yourself. That really is part of the secret of magic. Believing in yourself, believing in your work, believing in your connections. And when you do that and someone presents to you and you have a heartfelt connection with it, you'll believe it. When opportunity opens up for you, and instead of saying, oh no, is this really happening? Or, oh, is this happening? How can I keep this going? Instead of that being your response, you're accepting the waterfall. You're accepting the abundance. You're accepting the manifestation as you move forward. It's a whole different way of looking at things. We have Poet of Avon, the storyteller, fame, stagnation, and pride. Pride here. You need to take pride in what you do. The work, it doesn't matter what kind of work this is. This could apply to any kind of work. The work you put out needs to be stuff you're proud of, okay? It needs to be stuff, it doesn't just need to be filler. It needs to be things that you are proud of, okay? That's your work. If you're an artist, pick out the things that you're most proud of and let people see them. If you're a writer, let people read your writing. You know, if you're a great accountant, let people see your most, you know, the accounts you're most proud of, that kind of thing. It's like you need to start allowing people to see your brilliance. But you can't do that until you see it within yourself. So you need to reflect on the things that you're most proud of that really seem to have your energy in them and seem to be a true manifestation. If you don't have anything like that, then that's the next level for you. You need to manifest from that place of being proud of what you put out. Like, this is something I would put my name on. I'm very proud of it. I will stand beside it. Those are the magical instruments of manifestation, okay? We have Lilith, thief of life, hunger, animalism, instinct. Your instinct is going to be very powerful. Thank you, Lilith, for showing up in this reading. I feel her energy coming forward. And, you know, Lilith is really about your authentic self, your authentic expression. And I believe that your instinct, your creative intuition is going to be so powerful. And I feel like you're very hungry for change. You're hungry to get out of this very strange place where all of a sudden you're becoming aware of how you don't believe in yourself, how you don't believe you're worthy of this wonderful flow of energy, energetic manifestation. And Lilith will take you to a place where, and that's part of what's going on, where you're going to heal that. You're going to know that you are worth this, that you have earned this. This is yours. And it really just is a matter of the energy matching you up with this manifestation at the right time. That's it. It's coming to you. Own that. Own that it's yours. It belongs to you. You earned it, and you deserve the very best, okay? We have Hades, equal amity, wisdom, and inevitability. It's inevitable that this is going to manifest for you, okay? It's just you're doing the work. You're doing the work, and it's going to come. But you have to believe in yourself. It's really important. Again, I'm going to emphasize this for you guys. You need to follow your intuition. You are not honoring your psychic gifts enough. You do not believe you're as talented as what you are. You do not believe that you're as powerful as a caster or manifester. You do not believe that you are as talented in your creative work or your job. For some of you, you don't believe you're trying to manifest love, but you don't believe that you're worth that love. You don't treat yourself as that you love yourself. You guys need to be better to yourself. You need to give yourself a break. You need to have some fun. You need to lighten up your energy, because when we get deep into the trenches of magic, things get very intense. We get very intense. And being in intense energy for a while is okay. But if you're in that intense energy for too long, it can feel like stagnation, because you have to release it in order to manifest it. Let's say it again. You have to release it in order to manifest it. If you keep working the same magic, working on the same thing, it won't manifest because the energy hasn't been released to work. Then you have to allow time. And that's really what we're talking about here. Your manifestation is going to happen, but you have to allow the universe to make the connections it needs. And one of the connections that needs to be made is with you. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your work, and you need to put out work that you're proud of, okay? Don't let anyone get in your way of this, because this is powerful. What's happening with you is very powerful, and you're changing the course of your life. Not everyone can do that, okay? You're very gifted. This particular group is very special, okay? That's why this Dandelion High Priestess card came out. And I feel like there is a lot of guides. There's a lot of energy coming towards you. And really, there's going to be energies that present for you to work with. And you're going to get to choose which ones you vibrate with. That's part of learning yourself, learning your own frequency, and listening to your intuition, okay? Okay, we have remembrance. Okay, the lamp. That's the light, okay? Remember the light. Yes, we work our dark side. Yes, we work through these issues with pride and not believing in ourselves and, you know, the things that make us feel really bad. But remember the light. Remember how far you've come. Look back at your life. Look where you, a year before, 2 years before, 3 years before. where you are today and see the energy that you had going on there. See the struggle, see how unhappy you were, and see how you are today. You will be able to see the light. You will be able to see and recall how you moved, how you started to honor yourself. You're being asked to return to that, to start honoring yourself more, honoring your flow. Don't work yourself to death. Don't worry. Why are you worrying? Believe in yourself. Believe in your connections to spirit. Believe in your manifestations and your magic and your craft. You have to believe in it, okay? And sometimes we have to revisit the past to find the light, to find the things that we believed in and how it took us, how we believed in ourselves, how we believed in our guides, how we moved to get us to the place where we again can return to center and know that we are the captain of a ship. We are a master manifester, and this is going to happen. And all we're working on now is the timing. We have creating through the ashes. Yeah, I feel like this time of pausing, do not allow it to consume you, okay? If you have an urge to move forward, go for it. Rebirth your life. Walk into forward energy. You may get guided on how to maneuver to change the energy up in your life. Just be open to that, because it probably is going to make you a little uncomfortable. It may take you to some places that you don't feel okay going with, because they challenge some kind of belief in yourself or some kind of toxic programming that you may need to get rid of again. Sometimes when we're programmed to believe certain things about ourselves or the world, we think we've ridded ourselves of that and we're moving forward, but many times it comes back because there's different levels of programming. Just like there's a subconscious, there's a conscious mind. There's different levels of human beings, and so there's different levels of healing that happens. And I feel like you're healing something that is very subconscious, and what's happened is that it's starting to bleed into your conscious mind and you're becoming aware of it, and that's why you're pausing. It's time to take time to heal this and understand where this comes from, and understand that, frankly, it may be something you're healing your whole life. So you need to become aware of when you're blocking yourselves by not believing in yourself, by not being assertive with your gifts and abilities. You are given gifts and abilities to use, not to oppress, not to judge, not to limit, okay? And then we have blind spots, the skull of darkness. It's interesting because I'm feeling with these two skulls here that this is just confirmation that you're going through a time of healing, okay? You're healing yourself and you're releasing expectations. Okay, when you manifest and you've released the expectations of how it will manifest, when it will manifest, the level it will manifest at, you free up the universe to bring you your manifestations in the most powerful way possible, and as soon as they can. If you get too rigid in how you want to structure this manifestation, then it makes it more difficult for the universe to bring it to you. That doesn't mean that when you start manifesting, you're not specific. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you open up the ideas of how it unfolds, okay, of how the universe brings it to you. And it may be through movements that you are being requested to make. These are reasonable, not harmful, but they may be a little uncomfortable for you. The further you are on the path, the more that leap will feel uncomfortable, the bigger the leap. Because, we start off on baby steps, they grow bigger, and babies grow, the steps grow. As we move into adulthood and self-mastery, the leaps become bigger, okay? And that's where you really start getting to the heart of why you don't believe in yourself, and you start questioning it. You start challenging that belief of not believing in yourself, and you'll find the universe begins to validate your gifts and abilities, okay? All right, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.